So, hello everyone. If you've just been on the Mediumship Monday, then you know I was coming back after the wee pee. It wasn't a wee pee anyway, it was like Niagara Falls, anyway, TMI, but hmm, definitely would have pissed myself if I hadn't. Never happened. Um, right, so I'm going to plug this in, the microphone. Wait a minute. No, I'm going to plug this one in, the one that I was talking on that. Wait a minute. Shouldn't have done that. Now I might not be. Hear me. There's nobody here anyway. You should be. I'll check though. But it's just to go. Because although it wasn't on, it was on, if you know what I mean. So the battery will have went down. Hmm. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. That reminds me of Practical Magic when the ex who has done spells on her and stuff like that. It's creepy. Um, don't know. There we go. Um, he sings that song. That's a good film. I've said this loads of times before, but it must be relevant. So I need to check before I tell the story because I'm not telling it twice. Um, yeah, that basically, yeah, when I saw my twin flame when I was young, I basically, that made me think of that film because in Practical Magic, she wishes for somebody when she's a wee girl and she's very specific about how she'll recognize them. And that's how I felt when I saw him. I was like, holy shit, it's like I picked him out of the Argos catalogue for Christmas or something, you know what I mean? That's how you feel when you see your truth. That's how you know you're like, God damn, that's mine. Well, it's at least mine for tonight. Um, right. But also, because that film has got things about dangerous exes and stuff like that, there could be something very relevant here. Is it right? What was I going to do there? Right, because again, we've not got a lot of time to play with here, guys. We've got 44% battery, so it's going to be as long as that lasts. Hope somebody's coming to join in, man. So, shit you not, right? This is probably going to be one of the only times that the thumbnail will actually be the cards I pulled because I was like, what? What the actual? So you can tell it's the 7/7 portal with this energy. Literally pulled, I was in denial. I'm sorry I hid my real feelings for you. I've always been in love with you, and I'm a coward for not admitting that to you sooner. I'm gaining the courage to tell you face to face. Then, you are always on my mind, and I'm in love with you. And again, I love that card. One of my favourite cards is the one in that other deck that's like, I miss kissing you. But I also love that because it's not just I love you. I love you is on one look at it's like, I'm in love with you. So I did really like that one. But this is basically the vibe. I was in denial. You're always on my mind. I'm in love with you. So now your person not might not come in being that fucking honest, but if they do, hooray. Um, but let's see if the thumbnail is up to scratch. Can't plug that in just now because the uh that's actually not great because it was bouncing off the light. Oh, hello, thank you. Welcome back yourself. So let's see. Let's see before I. This is where you'll really see the magic of being a shaman and being able to hold this energy because I am ignoring the fact that it's 10 to 11 at night and that I really, really, really want to watch Love Island. Yeah, that's a better thumbnail. Um, I'm going to push that aside and be in shamanic time and get the message done. So, oh yeah, maybe them. I've not used those cards for a while. So let's shuffle a wee scripture. And yeah, I do feel that will be the one. Wait a minute, I wonder. No, I can't. I was going to say, I wonder if I could put the thumbnail in now. I'll do it now. I'll do it after. Oh, right, interesting. The song that's on just now is a little bit dangerous. The baby will keep it secret. I like that song, but I can't think of the words right now. Cause I'm so into you, into you, into you. Got everyone watching us. To be honest, I'm going to be really honest here. It actually isn't even that song, but that's what it reminded me of. It's her though, but I don't know what she's singing. It might be that. It's not that song though, because maybe actually it will be important though, because it might be important to someone. So let's just see what it actually is. Something about you. It makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Dun, dun, dun. I didn't think that was that old, but that's what it actually is. So, um, yes. I won't go too deep into that, Beck. I don't love her. I like some of her songs, but yeah. Again, I keep feeling like it's like it's interesting how I've attracted you because I can tell you haven't went down the rabbit hole with some stuff, but I'm not wanting to fucking soul shock you right in the life. But it's like anyway, good song though. I do like that song. Not so much that one, but I love that other one. It's sexy, isn't it? Dangerous Women is what that song is. So, but like I said, it reminded me of I'm so into you, I can barely breathe. So it feels like that's actually the Divine Feminine singing it back to the person that was in denial and that's always thinking about them. I'm in love with you. Do you know? It's like it's two people flirting. That's what I'm taking it as. Anyway, so what have we got here? And now Mercy Shawn Mendes is coming on. Yeah, so forgiveness vibes. Right. So what have we got? So if you've never seen me do this before, welcome. You're in for a ride. So Sagittarius energy is adventure. It is literal traveling. It is like shamanic journeying, which we just notice that's not a coincidence. We literally just finished one if you were there, or you can watch it after. Um, I'm a Scorpio, okay? I don't claim to be an angel. Love it. Scorpio rising conjunct my Pluto. Me too. Again, you see the angelic vibes of me on here, but we've all got a little shadow inside of us. Most literally, for the most part, of me, aye, pretty angelic to be honest. But well, it's kind of like that, all those sayings of, well, do you know what? Actually, this is the weirdest example, but are you watching Love Island, Beck? I know you're in the UK, but are you watching it? Have I got you watching it yet, or were you watching it anyway? It kind of reminds me of. You might get what I'm saying here, right? There's some of those girls are kissing people the way you would kiss someone when you're on your own. Or maybe you don't even kiss people like that, but I'm just kind of like, it's kind of like one of them's like proper, like, every time she kisses somebody, she's like fucking dragging her nails down the net. And I'm like, I don't really want to be seeing this shit. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit different if you're in the throes of passion and it's just you. But it's kind of like, why the fuck are we having to see that shit? You know what I mean? It's like, all right, hen. Or we might think you're some kind of fucking bondage kind of fucking what else, what was it? She wears latex loving. She's got this kind of, it's like she's got a sexy librarian thing going on. I quite like it. She's coming across very, I didn't like her at first. She came in acting a bit like, oh, I'm going to take your man kind of thing. But like in a intelligent, sexy secretary kind of, she's hard to describe. But people are pure loving her. But I do kind of get it. It's like, but anyway, side note, that is the way she kisses people. Every time she's kissed someone, and she's kissed a lot of people in there, she like proper like claws her neck and all that. And it's that kind of energy with it. It's like, I think that's the kind of stuff you keep between the two. You know what I mean? You got to keep it classy. Do you know what I'm saying? That's anyway. That's the way that's what that reminded me of there anyway. But it was just when you said I'm a Scorpio. For those of you that don't know astrology, people, Scorpio is the most sexual sign. That's why she's saying that. Um, but your Mars sign is your sex sign because it's about action. So, what is your Mars in? Do you know? My Mars is in Scorpio. I've got a lot of planets in Scorpio. Um, Anyway, moving on. This ain't the Scorpio read. Normally that chat comes out in the Scorpio, but mind you, actually, the Sagittarius banter can be a little bit like this too. When I was in my membership, I'm Sag Moon. We had other people that were Sag, Brianna was Sag Rising. Who else? There was a Sagittarius. There was a lot of Sagittarius. We had, oh yeah, Venus. Oh yeah, you said that. Venus is in Scorpio. That's sexy as well. Because like I said, that two that I've just got together, that was seemed like it was a long time sort of coming, but and Love Island terms. Um, he's got Venus in Scorpio as well as being a Scorpio, and she's got Venus in Aries. Um, so that's quite hot because it's like, it's fiery though. But it's a good mix. It's a good blend. I'm not I'm not adding any more to that, but I'm sure you can work out what I'm meaning by that. Um, right, we have God has said, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." Hebrews 13:5. So the 13th of May could be significant. That's my little niece's birthday, and that's also a significant anniversary of one of your loved ones in spirit. The Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. And here's a fun fact. My niece was actually born on one of my great granny's birthdays. So at 365 days a year, that's pretty nuts, isn't it? Um, yes, she was an absolute little miracle that came to brighten up a very dark May. I don't like the month of May, but she brightened it up. Um, Not for the faint-hearted, along with the Sag moons. What, Venus and Scorpio? Oh, I know. I'm on the receiving end of that. But I'm not even on the receiving end of it ever. But yes, Venus and Scorpio is like mystery, tabooness, sexy energy. Venus and Scorpio, what I've noticed a lot, like I have, helped a lot of twin flames where, uh, yeah, definitely if you've got Venus and Scorpio energy in the 12th house, that is kind of like people that, you get into all kinds of situations where it's like you'll get into situation. This might be, I might be describing you right now, but you know what I mean? It's like you'll end up with people you shouldn't be with. Obviously, you're meant to be with them to learn a karmic lesson, but I've noticed Venus and Scorpio people particularly, um, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes people don't allow themselves to be happy. Like they'll be quite self-sacrificing, get them helping people with all types of problems. Because Scorpio's pain and Venus is love. So you can get into kind of relationships where it's going to be painful. And so I think part of your lesson, your soul lesson, is to not sacrifice your happiness and let yourself be happy. But particularly if you've got Venus in the 12th house, because 12th house is my favorite house. I used to do 12th house Tuesdays. I'm thinking about bringing it making a comeback with it. But um yeah, any planets in the 12th house, but definitely if Venus is there, it can be the people that, you will settle for things and you'll look longingly at others. So whether you're a twin flame or not, but obviously because I'm a twin flame healer, I've just seen it a lot. A lot of people with Venus in any sign in the 12th house, especially the masculine energies. So you might want to check to where that is, or I can look for you but so the thing is you're like, well, how does this help me? It helps you when you know, because, look at the pattern. Or do you get in a pattern of settling for less than what you deserve and always looking longingly at somebody that you're telling yourself you can't have? Because it's something about the Venus in the 12th house. It's something about that energy that you tell yourself that, and it's an illusion. Because remember, the 12th house is confusion, illusion. So it's actually a lie, because the shadow side of Pisces 12th house is also lying. Um, so that's why I get a lot of those people, either the feminine or the masculine. Most of the time, it's always the masculine that gets sent to me, male or female. But it's like so that you can like, because I've looked at people's twins charts too, and it's like, oh, I'm like, oh, that's why they're like that, or you're like this because of the X, Y, and Z. So it's good for me to be able to tell people, where you're self-sabotaging. Because again, teaching moment, that guy on Love Island, he's got Venus and Scorpio, and he's a Scorpio. He's completely and utterly self-sabotaging. Remember this? And the thing is, oh, that's why they make me say that. I was like, wow, because remember, this isn't me, right? I give myself credit that I'm sitting my ass down for fucking hours on end, you know, like some months when I'm not even, I'm like, where the hell are the clients at? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, so I'm putting that energy out there and then it all sort of balances itself out. But the point is, I was gobsmacked because like I had literally channeled on that live stream and on the shorts, right? So remember, I filmed the shorts way in advance. That was like a week in advance or something. I channeled for that exact night where he basically dumped the girl he was with and went with the one he really wanted to be with. Look at the shorts. It was the same message. Someone was leaving a karmic situation and going to who they wanted to be with. So, like I said, although they're not twin flames, it's quite funny the way that like I had picked it like basically because it's Scorpio. So this is what's funny. I read for twin flames, but because in that case, like I'm reading for Scorpio energies in general, and I read that guy's energy. He was definitely in that because it's like it was the same thing. Because like I was saying about people that self-sabotage, blah blah. But the point is, it makes sense because that person has like Venus and Scorpio, so that is that person is doing that. Um, and that's why I'm saying I think that's why I've got now I'm getting a bit of a soft spot for him because it like in the way of like God, I would like to help him because it's like he's fucking it up. You know what I mean? Like I can even see that if that one from the ex that isn't interested wanted to go there, I think he would. I think he would kiss her. He would definitely fucking, you know what I mean? And she would just be doing it for a bit of fun. I don't think she's. I think she's. I can see that yeah, they're just pulling the word friend. It's. I think it's more the illusion because it's meant to make the one he's just got with. It's meant to make her think, oh well, that's that fucked, and that's a bit of a shame. That's cruel. But anyway, it's Love Island, so. But yeah, if you watch the Scorpio one and you watch Love Island, you'll get what I mean. A lot of what came through in that live stream was similar, and on the shores. Totally nuts. Again, it's not as serious because they're in Love Island and none of them are clothed. They're all open, which is just so fucking toxic, man. It's like apparently open means you can openly disrespect the fuck out of people, even if you made a friendship with them. Anyway, don't get me started on that shit. They signed up for it, so I mean. It's just for our entertainment. But yes, mad timing to be born, such bad taste in men. Yep, self-sacrificing, dead on. I said that. We keep telling myself I can't have my twins, so I keep trying to settle with someone new instead. Right, Beck. Remember when I said this to you the other night? You're given masculine all day long, and it's confusing because I know some of the things you've said. It makes it sound like they're the masculine, but you are seriously. What is going on here? I've had an email. This has got to be spam. Is it though? Is it real? It looks like it's spam, but maybe it's not. They've updated something weird. That looked like a spam. Take note, that looked like a spam email, but I think it's actually real. So yeah, so one of you might actually get an email or something and you think it's spam and it's actually for real. Right, oh sorry, I'm not even putting the things in here. So let's put the usual, although I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of energy to do. It's more for the replay if people want the details. Right, so to book a personal session, that's the link there. Um, and if you want personal ones tonight, I'd probably have energy to do one person, but or just whenever I'm on. Well, let's see. So, and come back on a Leo moon once a month, although we've not long had. Actually, the next Leo moon is the new moon in Leo. Um, that's when I do the free cards. I didn't do this one, so I'm going to do. Um, Nah, I can't be arsed fucking about with that actually. Um, right. I'm still singing that song. Got everyone watching us, so baby, let's keep it secret. That's got to be part of the message. That's what I say all the time anyway. Don't fucking tell anyone. You can't trust anyone on this journey. Not when it comes to twin flames. Definitely not if you're the masculine energy anyway, but even as a feminine, just fucking don't bother. Keep it yourself, you know what I mean? Enough complications with this. Right, so let's get into this. So it can be for anyone with Sagittarius. You've all got Sagittarius somewhere, and you've all got a ninth house. Learning and teaching. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. A quote I've loved for ages about the twin flame journey, but it keeps coming up a lot recently too. So I'm using a different archetype deck. I might use the OG one too, but it's like I said, it's the luck of the draw. It can't make sense to everyone, but bits and bobs of it can make sense to you, kind of thing. But it's entertaining either way, so let's crack on. What have we got for the divine feminine, male or female? 37 could be a significant age. If it's past, something significant could have happened at that age. If it's still to come, same thing, something significant could happen, but just ignore that bit. It's just because the batteries at that. So the shaman, wow, kind of interesting. Fucking, that's insane. The shaman came out. Oh no, it's under all those cards. The shaman came out today from a different deck. So yes, either the divine feminine is a shaman. Awkward. This is my reading. There's lots of people. Why is that flashing? Lots of people that tune into me are actually on the shamanic path. But yeah, or you could be seeing a shaman. The threshold, somebody is about to cross your threshold at your door, and they've been going through a challenging time, the mountain. So that's all quite crystal clear, that story. So what have we got for the divine masculine? The sustainer. So somebody's just been doing their best to keep things ticking over. It feels like keeping everyone happy. It feels like, if this is you, you're kind of reaching breaking point. That's why I feel the burned out card keeps coming out. Yeah, the stone, that always reminds me of like the sword and the stone or anything like that about ancient kind of stone energy, like the sword and the stone is the sword and the stone is coming to mind. Like, it's like why me? And this person's like, oh wait a minute, it is me. I this is my quest, like King Arthur kind of stuff. They're pulling me the King Arthur cards. I now see that I was manipulated into thinking, oh my God, this is totally that card. I was manipulated into ghosting you, spell work. Look at all the spider shit and the stuff. Look at what I've just cleared on the Mediumship Monday. This is connected. I was manipulated into thinking that you weren't my true love. Eros, that's very sexual energy. And we just started this live stream off by talking about sex. But do you know what I mean? It's like this person was under some kind of confusion, illusion, spell work, manipulation to think that you weren't who you were. But now they know that you are. And they know they've got to do something about it because it's like King Arthur pulling the sword from the stone. Oh my God, I'm here for the story. I want to see if the king and the queen come out again or something. Oh my God. And the creator is making sure there's a tower moment, the fault line. Now, extra creepy if there happens to be some type of, you know, um, earthquake or something that cracks the ground or something. I'm thinking like in Superman and stuff, you know what I mean? Because there actually there's been loads of shit like that all over the world. I follow loads of channels like that, but you know what I mean? If you know, you know, if you've seen stuff like that, but you'll know if you're in these parts of the country. Like, look at the fucking mental weather. Prayers for all the insane weather things that have been going on, Texas especially, that looks terrifying what's been going on there. But the fault line, the creator, God is creating a tower moment. That's the split earth. That's the old earth, the new earth. So when you hear me do that in the activations, the old earth is crumbling, the new earth is being born. And some people get it and some people don't. It's a split consciousness. Um, this masculine's been in hermit mode, healing from whatever spell they were in, a dead end, and they're reaching a dead end in whatever situations they're in. So this is your person or this is you. And just to hammer that home, they pulled me that card. Someone is going out your life for the end of a situation. Holy fuck, this really is karmic endings. Right. Right, let's go to this deck now, see what comes out. So again, I might go for, I'm going to fire through these a bit quicker than what I usually do because the battery is 36%, but it lasts quite a while, doesn't it? So, oh, card already. What have we got here? Oh dear. Now, usually the cards that come out first are, I see what's going on here. That is fucking hilarious. If you actually spot the way that my guides and God talk through me, it is really pretty funny, and tonight's no exception. The first cards I normally pull out are the feminine, right? And it's also the masculine's, sorry, yeah, the masculine's feminine side. But two cards leapt out. We've got Warrior and Don Juan. So this is funny for loads of reasons. Firstly, it feels like you're a divine feminine warrior. There is actually a female on that, but you could also be a feminine, divine feminine that's a male. But you've been a warrior and you've been in a connection with somebody that's a bit of a Don Juan. Now, they could still be, or they could have been this in the past. But also, I'm laughing because I've just been talking about Harry, aka Mr. Love, love her. Mr. Oh, I like her, I like her, I like her, I like her, I like her. I love her, I like her. I want to go with her, I want to go with her. Oh my God, I'll just go with her. You know what I mean? Can't he fucking make his mind up? So either your person's like this now, or they were like this in the past, and you've been a warrior for being connected to someone like this. Now, can I just stress, this doesn't mean that you put up with a boyfriend like this, or a husband, or a wife, or a girlfriend. It means that, on the twin flame journey specifically, which is what I read on, that's all jokes aside, that's actually really painful when you know that that person's other half of your soul, but you know that they're not their energy's not streamlining towards you, however you want to put it, like at some point, or like I said, for some people, it's probably not going to be the now energy because we're pulling in strong union energy lately, but put that aside, you never know what way this is going to go. But that's what I feel they're saying. You've been a warrior for trusting and also holding space and visualizing that this person could step into the higher self, the higher version of themselves that you could always feel was lurking somewhere. Um, but yeah, that's pretty funny because that's what the guy's been like on Love Island. Interesting. So, warrior. But remember, same, I'm going to say what I always say. It also means emotionally the masculine's a warrior. And it feels like they've been battling their own shadow. So it feels like the masculine also does have a deep feeling feminine side because this is the thing, it doesn't matter how Don Juan, player, all these words that are annoying that you want to say or change it to like feminine, words to do if you're masculine as a female. But if this is your true twin flame, they have a feminine side, and their feminine side is your feminine side if you're the divine feminine. So if you know that you're a really sensitive, like female or male, you're masculine no matter what the show is. That's what's going on inside. So just remember that. Um, and I'm saying that to just be mindful of, people's feelings, that you just never really know. It's like, yeah, you just never really know unless someone's quite honest about it. It's like Ashley all the time, like I'm really confident in that on here and I'm doing because this is my thing, I'm doing my thing. This is my house at work when I'm on here. I've got a Leo midheaven. What do you want me to do? Do you want it to be boring as fuck? You wouldn't watch. Do you know what I mean? And I don't get that many people watching anyway. So, and it's 11:11. Look, divine timing. 11:11, could be a significant, like 11th November too. But day to day, I'm not like this. I am more of a Scorpio. You know what I mean? I'm Scorpio rising conjunct my Pluto. Like, I just like to be quiet and keep to myself and keep it moving. Do you know what I mean? Can't be bothered with all this fucking drama and bullshit. And, the more people you add in, the more fucking drama and gossip and bullshit, basically. But I can give messages to big groups of people because that's what I'm here to do. And if it resonates, great. You know what I mean? But it feels like this masculine is a warrior emotionally. And the same thing, so you've got to go, so it means that, I'm dying to use terms that are a bit insulting, but it's kind of like if you're this divine feminine, it means that at some point, you could have been like a female version of that, And it might not be that you're a female version of a Don Juan, but it means that, like, maybe people got the wrong impression because you were out all the time partying and stuff like that. Like, again, I've got no idea if people fucking thought that about me. They couldn't fucking be further for the truth. Anybody that knows me, seriously, I was never texting guys back and forth and that. My friends would fucking celebrate and be fucking overjoyed if I actually fucking entertained anything. Trust me. That's how much was no going on. But it's kind of like, but I feel it might be like they're talking to me about in Love Island, like that couple. They do actually seem like they've met their match. Like it seems like, but this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying for a second they're twin flames, right? Because it's just a good example. Because I think it could be in a bit toxic in a way. Because although I don't want it to be, easy on me, Adele's just come on. So whatever the word in, so specifically, I was just a child, didn't know. So somebody could have made some kind of decisions that were difficult for them in the past, and they're asking for you to go easy on them. Do you see how creepy that is with what I just channeled? That you know what I mean? Like that's quite interesting. It was just a quick advert too. It wasn't even the whole song, but somebody's made quick decisions and they feel like they weren't mature enough to make the decisions that they made. This feels like someone sacrificed. Oh no, now it's on. It's just how the video starts. It feels like someone sacrificed their own happiness and how they felt. And actually, that's been quite hard on them, and you might not have actually realised that, or you did. So, just however this fits, God Christ, it's getting pretty deep now. But yeah, yeah. So I feel that's mostly this is somebody's past energy, and but because I was in denial, and oh yeah, look, I was in denial, so I acted like I was Don Juan. Um, but the truth is, I never stopped thinking about you. You're always in my mind, and I'm in love with you. Now, is it this person's been in love with you the whole time, or is it that they've just realised they're in love with you now? We don't know. What else do we need? Beggar confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. And look what I just said about have, have compassion, have empathy, and warrior came out again. Yeah, interesting energy, but we can't fucking sit around here all night because it's gonna. Right, so what else? Um, There might be. I just said we can't sit around here all night because it's going to die. I think that's about this connection. It's like this person's like, I can't waste any more time because like what it's like the connection would never die with twin flames, but it's like now that I know this, I can't leave it. So this is the moment that somebody realizes this, and I feel does something about it quite quickly within realizing it. So this could be quite unique actually to this portal. So we'll see. Um, Are you still with me, Beck? Have I hypnotized you to sleep? Um, where's that? Right. So what was going on in the past? Where the fuck is it? God, because I used those. That's so annoying. Because I used those cards earlier. It's like they're all about the place. But we'll just pick up whatever. We'll just pick up whatever ones. Right. So I'm alive. Just listen. No, that's fine. That's fine. Scorpios are quiet. I get it. Right. Okay. So what have we got? What was going on in the past for the divine feminines, male and female? Time. Wait. Sorry. Look at what I just fucking said. That was creepy. Time. Waiting cycles moments. So it doesn't matter whether you are a man or a woman. If you're the divine feminine, it has been a long time, and that's what I was feeling. That guy's looking at his watch. So that is either the masculine looking at the watch, like, shit, this has been a long time. This has been longer than what I realized. I've been in denial for years. Um, I'm actually in love with this person. I'm fearing this person being like, other people have said this to me, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? And the song that's just come on is Adore You as well. And it's not actually Harry Styles, it's someone else. I don't know what the fuck it is. But yeah, and it's also the feminine being like, how much longer have I got to, be in this state of limbo? And that's what I meant by those archetype cards were quite interesting because it's like, I mean, how else am I say? Like, it is something that's close to my heart because I help people with it. But it is difficult falling in love with somebody that um doesn't well, it's hard falling in love with someone that doesn't want to be with you. But it's hard, it's hard. Like, I'll say it like somebody that's got such a free spirit, which, it's a reason why you love them. But, it's difficult if I think what they're trying to say is it's like the way I said, that the best way for me to describe it is like me personally, like I want to streamline all my love and desire and passion to one person. And it can't just be like, oh, this is a fucking soulmate avenue or fucking higher level soulmate, the fucking made up word that I can't fucking stand. And I like Kingdom Spouse, but to me, Kingdom Spouse is your twin flame. So that's the difference for me there. But you know what I mean? It's like I can't just I can't go into denial and pretend that I'm in love with someone else or that I even fucking remotely even like somebody else enough to even kiss it. I just can't. I've never been able to do that. Right? Because that's true for me too. He's always on my fucking mind. You know what I mean? I've just been able to turn it down a little bit. Um, but um and that's what I mean, going through that for a very long time when the person cares about you too, but they're not on the same page, that's very painful. I can't actually put into words how painful that actually is. But I give it a good go on here. But um, notice I went really serious. But yeah, that's so it's hitting me hard too, Vic. There. So neglected. I failed to give you what you need. Holy fuck. Divine masculine when they're in distorted energy. Don Juan neglected to give you what you need. It was in reverse, guys. Yang energy, divine masculine. I failed to give you what you need. That's what this group of masculines are saying. I was in denial. I neglected you. That treated you like you didn't matter. That you're always on my mind. I'm in love with you now. Is that you've always been on my mind the whole time, or you're always on my mind now? I'm in love with you. I can't fucking believe I've done this. I'm in an emotional storm, turmoil, unstable, affected. I've been going through karma for escaping this and a lot of pain. But yeah, a lot of them, that's like what I've channeled to. A lot of them did have responsibilities. Because like there's a wee kid that's always staring you right in the face. So again, that's definitely my sign for this is going to be a group of twin flames where there's children involved, however many. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs, responsibilities, and the children always come first in these connections. So pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious, escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away, consequences, cause and effect, debts. Yeah, this person's facing a lot of karma, or they have, but they're going to come in chasing you. I hate the words at the bottom of this. Pursuit, toxicity, resilience. But it's like I said, I just, yeah, I say it every time, but these words don't fit with the. This person's going to, like they're game on, they're playing American football there. This person's getting ready to adore you because that song's finishing. It's not Harry Styles. Fred again. Obong Jagger. It's called Adore You though. What else? And there are holy fuck. I just saw understanding, right? Awakening, then the spell work card. We've had a lot about spell work and the mediumship Monday and this. Bear in mind that was to clear spell work. Giving me chills. Dishonesty, deception, and trickery. So it's either that this person was in denial, lying to themselves, or they let others around them convince them that this wasn't what it was. I can just imagine all the sorts of things like, you know, oh, that's just sex, or that's just a bit of fun, or that's not, for the long term, or, much worse. But it's, yeah, pride. People in their pride and ego, arrogance, ego, stubborn. And so this person listened to it, but now they feel overwhelmed. The stress from this is draining me. Christ, the visuals are pretty powerful in this. So I think that's enough of them. Um, right. Oh my God. It's my twin flames numbers again. So that's just confirming many divine masculines are feeling like this. Um, Present, right. Let's see presently. What deck of cards? So presently, what have we got? This is hitting me hard because it's all so relatable. I don't know if I read that out yet. I think I did, didn't I? They are the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Yeah, divine feminines. Look at the, because again, I can't st I know I do it like fairly often, but usually only happens in a Scorpio moon. But maybe I don't think I've done it that much on the last live stream. I don't think I did because it was Friday night. I don't remember going into the wee stories as much, so they're making me do it tonight. Annoying. But anyway, but yeah, like you've known for a long time that this person is the one. However long that is for you, but it feels like it's been too long, lifetimes. And I've just realised I've heard two references today to the Christina Perri Thousand Years song. So again, that a lot of yous are going to love that. I personally, that is one of my, I really connect with that song too. And but I feel there's going to be quite a few you do. Like it feels like you've known this person for lifetimes, and you know that they are the one, but they might not have been in. They might not have known that. Everything you want from this connection will manifest in the near future, reaching your goal. So they're just letting you know that, this Capricorn full moon on Thursday, it's about success, it's about goals, it's about manifestation. And everything you want from this connection will manifest in the near future. So if this resonates, just hold on because I feel there is something coming that you can't see yet. And it's this person is coming out of denial or they're already out of it and they're admitting how they feel to not only themselves but other people. And you're like the last stop. Yeah, separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. That's that person saying, like, this has given me the space that I needed to realize this and your boundaries. So I feel this is a thing. This group of masculines didn't like this. They felt rejected. When you've put up these boundaries and you were in separation, however this came about, now I think it'll be all different. The weekend Dancing in the Flames has just come on. I don't know how that goes. But it's like it feels like it's a mixture of it feels like that's what the deception and the trickery is too. It feels like there's been some kind of confusion where it's probably going to be one of these old chestnuts where you've wanted more and because you've wanted more, you've put your boundaries up, and then they might take that as a rejection, and so you go into a separation, and it's a bit of a fuck you mode, to each other. It might not have been that way for all of you guys, but speaking from personal experience, and but again, like I always say, if it's so specific to like, if it was kind of similar, like where you were too young and it wasn't going to be serious anyway, even if there was a label on it, people would have got hurt and, because you were just wanting to be footloose and fancy free and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. But it does kind of feel like there's something like it'll be different for different people, but it feels like, ultimately, whatever boundaries you did set with this person, it says you need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will and won't allow. Like it feels like this person, you've really taught this divine masculine about boundaries where they now feel like it was helpful, but it feels like at first they didn't like it, because that they weren't used to this. And also it's because they cared about you. Um, leave your fears behind. They are stop this card, man. Leave your fears behind. So this is a masculine. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. I always say the same thing, but they are your fears. But to me, that's like the karmic people. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. So if you're the masculine and you're resonant, only you know who they is. Or do you? Because of that deception card, do you know who they are? Is it friends? More than one? A few? Female, male? Is it karmic lovers, karmic ex-lovers? Is it family members? Is it a mixture of all of it? But it's reminding me of I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask. Someone is wearing a mask in this relationship. This masculine was wearing a mask of denial. But again, this denial is so fascinating for me when it comes to love, right? Because you think sometimes, you think denial means, oh, they do know that they love the person, but they're just hiding it. And cracking on like they don't feel that way. But sometimes it's way more complex, and sometimes like the person's so much in denial that they haven't actually realized it themselves on that conscious level. So it's very complicated, you know what I mean? And I think you would only truly understand it on the level you need to when you and your twin flame have the conversation. So I'm one of the people, because this is my life's calling. I'm not just one of these, again, I respect anyone else that is helping people genuinely on this journey too. But it's like, I am in, somebody that's just chucking about cards, saying I'm a twin flame healer or blah, blah, blah. Um, this is my life's work, it is my calling, you know what I mean? Regardless of whatever way my fucking journey goes, I can't fucking change the subject and start doing something else. This is what I'm here to do. And it's kind of like, yeah, I feel I'm the one of the closest people you get to being able to tap into your connection, especially if you're a Scorpio. If you've got a Scorpio kind of energy, I can pick up my Scorpio energy really very strong, but really any twin flame, doesn't matter what sign you are. But um you and your twin flame, that conversation between you and them is where you're going to get the true clarity. But that's what's interesting because it was reminding me on Love Island when he was like, "Oh, she was at the back of my mind, and now she's in the middle." And of course, they're all laughing, the guys, because even they're thinking, "Fucking hell, how do you not know?" But I kind of got it. That's the way male brains are. You know what I mean? It's like, as triggering as it might be, I feel a lot of you were pushed to the back a little bit, but you've always been there. And it's like this person was more comfortable keeping you in the energy realms. And so they were lying to themselves, but there is also deceptive energies around them. Or you, if you're the masculine. Open yourself to love, but now their heart chakra's open, and look at the healing we just done. Open yourself to love. It is safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. Oh, that's kind of beautiful, isn't it? But I better hurry this shit up because the battery's getting low. But maybe your battery's getting low. Right, so let's get a wee. So, um, let's shuffle these, see if the same ones come out. So, let's see if the same ones. So, oh, I didn't. Wait a minute. Did I read these? Got the extra hurdle because the power imbalance between me and my twin. Yes, basically, Beck, there is always a power imbalance between you and your twin flame until there isn't. And astrologically, it's very wise to get somebody that knows their astrology and their twin flames. Hello, twin flame astrology. Um, because you need to know from the get-go. Both of you need to know what that is. Um, like for instance, I know what it is for me and mine, and so whenever he wants to have a conversation, I'll fucking chew the lugs off him about all that. But it's kind of like it is quite important because it's I can see how that has played out in the whole time I've known him. But yeah, I'm very good at Plutonian stuff, Plutonian twins. You know what I mean? Like extra intense connections. But like I said, I've got so many conjunctions in my twin flame, it's mental. We truly are real twin flames with the yin yang kind of placements we've got. Especially what I was talking about there about like that's why it's good to have an awareness so you don't fall into this weird energy. Because although it's like amazing sexual chemistry, some of these placements, if you misread and you're not dropping the mask with each other and communicating, you could fall into a weird competitive energy. Or one person could, you know what I mean? But you could at some point too, because I definitely know, like I said back in the day, like if he was, I don't know, just doing things up to rub me out the wrong way, it's like I would, you know, I didn't match his energy the same way. Like it's not like I would go and like fucking grab somebody and kiss them in front of like I never done anything like that. But I would give him it back just as good about I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? So which is why which is why I have to stress I do very much give a shit and I do love him a lot. And no matter what has went on with me and him, I would always be there for him and I would always hear him out. Anyway, moving on. But you know what I'm saying? But back in the day when it was kind of like when I didn't know what it was we were, like I was like, why is he fucking being like that? You know what I mean? Yes, astrology can explain a lot. But yes, subconsciously I knew years ago, I just ignored it because of who he is. Yeah, you see, Beck, you're that's the masculine. This is the masculine energy. The masculine lives more in that energy. Definitely too young also. My battery's definitely low, so I'm behind on everything. Ah, interesting. Right. I'm planning. I want us to get together in person. I'm just afraid of messing up my stupid behaviour. I'm hopeful. I hope we can put the past and the bad times behind us and start again. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I hope that you can forgive the error of my ways. I was naive and childish. The first card was Don Juan. That's pretty funny. But you know what I mean? That's nice because those cards really fit up. Like this person's really conscious of in the past they were, saying it themselves, childish and naive and stupid behavior and messing it up. Like they said, that card again, they self-sabotaged. Like it was so important that they went the other way and they fucked it up. Again, I have to keep stressing. It's giving the guy on Love Island right now, self-sabotage. But also in this card, what always interests me, first of all, there's a full moon in a few days. Look at the demons behind that person. So if this is you, masculine energies, male or female, like Beck, because I'm really recognizing you're in that energy, can you resonate with having some energies like that around you? These could have been the most good looking fuckers ever. They could have been guys, girls, pals, whatever, family, but that's their energy behind it. Demons holding this person back, feeding their own demons. Oh, that's not your person. Oh, that's, you would never work out, or, I mean, all that kind of stuff. Um, Interesting. And the song that's just come on is Late Night in the Middle of June, All I Think About Is You. So through the month of June specifically, this person could have been going through a very dark time with you in their thoughts, um, which was obviously literally just last month. So this person could have been going through it. Now that was the karmic lessons, those cards. So that's the karmic lessons that this person is either learning, has learned, or needs to release. Like they need to get over stalling and procrastinating because they're afraid of messing it up. But it's not because they don't love you, and it means it's because they do love you, and it means a lot to them. They feel this person feels like they've not got any more chances left. The intensity between us is overwhelming for me too at times. Again, the timing of me channeling that and pulling out that card, that's come out because this is the feminine speaking back to the masculine. It fucks me up too. Like the thought of that intense interaction again is both exciting and terrifying. The feminines have the same, doesn't matter how long you've been on the journey, that is how it is. Also, there could have been an interfering mum somewhere in the equation because we've got mum says hang up. Doesn't need to be someone's actual mum. It could be an interfering busybody friend that's a mum. It can be another family member. It can be mother of a child because we've already had that other card. Um, I can feel you thinking about me like that. Winky face, there's a sexual energy. And we've got, I'm so proud to be your divine feminine. So that's all the karmic lessons that the feminines moved through. That, so whatever, if you've had any resentment or anger or pain towards the Don Juan ways, look, that's what the card said, right? So, um, that's all gone. You're proud to be connected to this person. You're the first person I think of when I wake up and the last person before I sleep. It hurts my heart not to have you around. Oh my God, extra feels. Um, right, shadow work. These cards are quite dark, but that's what I got led to. They're also very sharp. Again, there could have been some sharp communication at some point because these are very sharp reminders. Like now, wow. So this is a graveyard. This is a yeah, it's a headstone and it's got don't forget and it's got reminder. You are a constant reminder. This person, I mean, remember the one in the title is you're always on this person. You are always on this person's mind. And that song is just finishing. Late night in the middle of June, all I think about is you. Late night in the middle of July, all I think about is you. Late night in the middle of August, all I think about is you. Late September, da, 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 da. November rain. Is there one about December? You get what I'm saying? Doesn't fucking matter what month it is. You're always on this person's mind. Constant reminder. And they're starting to realise it's not going to go away. And I don't think this person wants it. I think this person went through a phase of trying to. I'm not going to say what I heard there because certainly didn't rhyme, but I'm not going to say. It was a bit too blunt, Sagittarius. But yes, they've tried to get rid of that feeling in other ways, and it hasn't worked. But now they've come out of denial and they're like, oh, I'm in love. This is not a curse. This is not a spell. I'm in love. You know, the reason my friends aren't getting it is because I don't know if they've actually ever properly been in love. You know, I don't know if the person, this is quite deep, but I don't know if the people around this group of masculines actually even know what it is either. Not this type of love, anyway. Playful. They want to come in playful, and they've just got out of a trap situation. Trap. Look, a literal bird in a cage. That's kind of interesting that I just channeled that about, now I know why I was meant to say that about, personally being attached to somebody with that kind of free spirit like that. Because I'm a free spirit too, but he's definitely a free, well, he was anyway, whatever he's doing out there. It's, it is, it's a weird one. But do you know what I mean? When you accept yourself and you do your shadow work, your shadow integration, you do love your twin flame unconditionally. You know what I mean? But you definitely go through periods of time when, I have even been there where I'm like, how fucking cruel. You know what I mean? Like when I just want to be with somebody that loves me as much as I love them, that's all for me and I'm all for them. And you know what I mean? Like it does seem like a nightmare. Like, like again, this journey is beautiful and the twin flame journey is beautiful. And like I said, just as well, I like doing it and I've made it fun, but there are lots of bits that, are like fucking hell on earth. And again, for me, like it's kind of sad, but what's made it easier for me? I stopped talking about them. Like to definitely to family, you know what I mean? But like, so it's kind of weird, but it's like, because like I've said, like fucking family and that, no one do this. But it's like, we don't actually talk, I don't talk about it when I'm with them, but they'll know it's kind of quite weird. But that is what helped me because it just kind of contains it. Um, but yeah, but I feel it's kind of, what I'm feeling is I feel it's kind of similar for this person. Like, it's like there's key people in their life that know you were made for them because there's a song on that's called Made for Me, but that's what this person's feeling too. But yeah, at some point they were like a bird in a trapped cage. So I feel that's when people have settled with karmic energies that didn't respect that free spirit. Because this is what I mean. I'm not, when I'm saying free spirit, I don't mean like, oh, what I mean is it's like, it's like when someone's got a lot of Sagittarius, like Sagittarius is freedom. Like you've got to accept that about somebody. If someone, it's like when people don't get married and stuff like that too, or they don't have kids, and all these kind of things. It's like there's things that, you know what I mean? It'll be different for loads of different people, um, but this person saying the shadow work they've done is they felt like a bird in a trapped cage with other people. And you brought out the playful side of them. Like you accepted who they were. And it does feel like I'm now channeling the thing from the vow, my favourite. I didn't do anything. And she's like, you accepted me for who I am and not who you wanted me to be. It's the end of the film. Quite emotional that bit. But it's true, Like he accepts her so much he fucking divorces her. Like, right, if you want to go fucking fly free, do you know what I mean? Fucking crazy bitch letting Channing Tatum go, but um love. Yeah, love message. Holy shit, guys. This person's like, my shadow work is, I know it's time to send this love message because I'm out of denial and I'm admitting that I'm in love. Well, that was pretty heavy. Right, we're not finished either. Oh wait a minute, actually, I need to hurry this up. 22%. So, but I think that's all part of it. This person does feel I need to hurry this up. Um, Surrounded by demons, and that word is relevant to my person. Well, sorry to hear that. Wait a minute, I don't read these ones. Does your twin know he's a twin? I don't think mine would leak. Seriously. Yeah, he knows. Pretty sure he fucking knows. Yeah. Even before he knew what the word was, he knows. He knows. If he tries to say he doesn't, he's talking shite. But anyway, moving on. But the thing is, even when they know, that's what I'm trying to say, and that's where I don't. That's the conversation that I would like to have with him at some point is on the deeper like how deep is your love? You know what I mean? Like he always was I don't know, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know how he would say it, but he knows that we have had a. He's the one that said it to me. We've got a really weird connection, and he said it in quite intense. You know, it's quite intense when he said it, and I was like, wait a minute, I feel like that about you, but I didn't know that you felt like that about me. And then it was like I said, it was from that day on that I just was like completely. It was like never mind fucking when they think you've put a spell. It's like he put a fucking spell on me. He fucking woke me up to what we really meant, and I never went back to sleep, and that was fucking 15 years ago. Thanks very much. Um, but like I said, I've known mine for over 22%, 22 years. So it's kind of yeah, there was strong feelings even before that, but it was always casual, so you're not allowed to have feelings, even though it does happen. Anyway, what do you mean you don't think mine would leaks it seriously? What do you mean? Surrounded by a demon. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Barbie. I don't know if I said hello there. My situation is very odd. One, my twin flame is what opened trigger. Oh, look, I hadn't read that bit. Is what opened triggered my eyes to the topics of dimensions, ascension, solid belief, and reincarnation, past lives. You also sound like the masculine. See, this is what happens all the time. I attract the masculines. So were you aware of that? Again, I'm not trying to trigger or annoy you, ladies. You'll see me say that to everyone in here. I always attract people in the masculine energy. I never ever attract a feminine on this live stream. They watch, but they don't talk. Not often. Like, um, who used a cage resonates hard. I currently hate the twin flame journey and I don't understand some of it. Yeah, you sound like the masculine. Because that's what I mean. Like, again, I don't like talking to, because it's not fair talking. I mean, I already fucking do this for Christ's sake. I've already sacrificed my own twin flame journey. But what I'm saying is, I don't know how he would describe it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's what I mean. I've went through that too. You just feel like you can't get, particularly like I've said this before, but like, see some of those times when I was stuck at festivals with him and we were with like mutual friends. I, if there's such a thing as hell on earth and love wise, honestly, that was it for me. Because being in the same vicinity as someone with thousands of people, but you're not with them, but you know you're going to bump into them every fucking where you go, no matter what fucking. And there's thousands of fucking acts and everything, but we'd always be right there. And it's not like we were going to meet the fucking people. It was just, yeah. I don't honestly think I was so disassociated that I don't know how I floated through that. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I had loads of fun as Dancing in the Moonlights come on, but I got through it by being fucking absolutely pissed on tenants and Magners, which don't even make me relive the memories because, loads of funny, hilarious memories. One of the ones being, I've said this before, but uh, I can't really. The short version is I woke up in the morning in the tent with my pal and I was like, oh my God, we forgot to see Calvin Harris last night. We both fell asleep. And she was like, go back to sleep. Are you fucking kidding me? She was like, lift up your arm. See if you can even lift up your arm. And I was like, oh, it's really sore. Yeah, that'll be the fist pumping you were doing at the front of the queue, in the front, what do you call it? The front of the crowd at Calvin Harris. And there's me being like, oh, we forgot to go. I couldn't fucking remember any of it. So I'm like fucking, when I don't know if that song was out yet. But anyway, all the Calvin Harris songs, and I couldn't fucking remember. Still to this day, not. I've sometimes had, I can't even say I've had flashbacks. Sometimes I'm like, I imagine that, but she said, what she said we done, it sounded like something out of a film. It was hilarious. Like, we even jumped on a fucking these buggies that I don't know what those buggies are there for. Maybe saving people that have fainted and stuff like that. Maybe they thought it. But anyway, it sounded like quite a crazy night that I can't remember. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so I had fun, but the bits that weren't fun, where he was there at the same time. And the really weird thing that happened was we both decided to go the same year too. I didn't know that he was going, and he didn't know that I was going. Obviously, we would have been knew the closer we were going, but that was fucking weird too. Talk about mirroring. Like, we literally chose to. We'd both never been. As far as I'm aware, he might have been before. I don't think so though. We'd both never been, and we both decided to go. I thought that was really fucking weird. But yeah. Anyway, I don't like those memories because they're all pretty shit. Um, but Yeah. And I brought all things astrology to his world, and he's self-aware and self-proclaimed damaged, broken, oh, dismissive, avoidant with addictions. He wakes with moments of clarity but drops back to 3D. All right, you wait a minute then. You are quite complicated because now that's sounding, yeah. It's not always as simple as that because you're sounding like that's divine feminine. Being my true self, as I've always been, has always been double-edged sword, but most with my twin flame, as I have his salvation and his biggest threat to survival trauma. Wow, that's really, thanks for sharing that. A lot of people will be able to connect with that. I'm 42, no mind since 11. That's a rough ride, Barbie. So the day I woke up was weird. All of it took was eye contact, and he looked like he recognised me and couldn't take his eyes off me. Felt like I woke up and I can see it in him. Not like any other love I've had, intense love. Yeah, that's twin flames. It's both intense and soft. Yes, I don't think hell is a place. I think it is something we carry within all of us. Absolutely, it is. Because, like I've said before, like I do have my moments where I'm like, I've said this before, but it must be relevant to be saying it again. I I resonate with the warrior card actually. Well, actually, I resonate with that warrior and Don Juan. I'm like, whoa, a bit too much. But I'm sad when you see this is for sad. It's like I don't know how I got through that. I really don't. But I got through it because I was pissed all the time. Just being totally honest, I was pissed, and I had fun some of the time too. Do you know what I mean? And a big chunk of that time before it went weird, we were pissed together. So it's not like But oh, please don't tell me that's Adele. It fucking is Adele, isn't it? Never mind, I'll find someone like. Yeah, if it isn't, it fucking looks like it is. It's not, but it reminded me of that. It's One Direction. What song is it? They look like they look like little babies. Oh, I won't let these little things slip out of my mouth. But if I do, it's true. It's you I look up to. I don't think that's the words. I'm in love with you and all these little things. Wow, that's clever with that card. Oh, get these little things. So again, that's getting this across that this person wouldn't let their pride and ego aside to admit that they felt that way. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. That was good timing. And I was selfish and stuck in ego. Holy fucking shit. Just passing on the message. But they're learning and they're waking up. You're unique and special, and I've never met or known anyone like you before. You've opened me up to things I never knew possible, like the power of this love. You've opened my heart to the truth, and I'm grateful. And look at what I've said about heart activations and blocked off hearts and blah blah. And that's really what it is. It's like, yes, I can empathize because I've listened to so many thousands of twin flames at this point over the past 10 years. And obviously from being on the journey myself too, but when it comes to my unique connection, me and him have actually never, and I mean like never, had a conversation about this. He avoided it at all costs. He avoided all serious conversations at all avenues, actually. I don't know if I have ever had a serious conversation with him. I think some things could be classed as that. But yeah, it was always very light and playful too. Always very, oh my God, there's loads of things. Light and playful and fun, and we brought out the inner child in each other, and we've brought out other energies in each other. But it's uh yeah. But anyway. Also, I've never been as attracted to someone as him. Holy, he's not the type I would even expect. Beck, what you're saying is so scarily scarily the same as what I've said on the last 4 years worth of live streams. So you might want to binge watch a few of the really old ones back at the start, like seriously. Because I've only got 18%, and so I've not got the time to be able to go into all the stories. But yeah, it's everything you're saying. Like, I'm exactly saying that's what I find really fucking annoying. I mean, obviously I'm not well, it is still annoying, but not in the fact that like, oh, I want to go out and get pissed and I want to pull her in. It's like it's just really fucking annoying, isn't it? Because it's like I'm so intense, and I'm like, when I want to kiss someone, I really want to fucking grab them and kiss them. It's like when they describe this on like Love Island, like if you don't want to fucking grab them and rip the person's clothes off, as Miley Cyrus used to be young as on, so you must have known this person when you're younger, then what's the fucking point? Like, life's too short, it's fucking boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's, I was only just thinking about this other day, and obviously I've thought about loads of years. It's like, that's how I am about him, and as much as he fucks me off, and I'm fucks off for fucking years on it. You know, it's like, don't even fucking know what's. Anyway, you know what I mean? It's like, nobody makes me feel like that. And it's like, I can't settle. And, I can't disassociate, like, and I can't, yeah. So that's what makes it hell. So I don't live in the past, I live in the present. But like I said, I'm grateful for the memories that I've got. And oh my God, I've just realized I'm completely embodying. Wow, that's really creepy. See what I mean? This is why you got to be humble. This is my wounded healer. So remember, I'm an empowered healer, but this is what I mean about you saw that I'm talking from the journey that I've went through, and I've got a lot of, like I said, I've got a lot of experience. Again, I have to stress, I do appreciate other people that help you on this journey, but it's not that I never do, but I don't meet people very often that have got the experience that I've got. Because even if you've been on it a long time or even longer than me, not many people have been working with clients at that long, and only exclusively twin flames. So it's like, but I didn't get this way overnight, you know what I mean? Like Venus, planet of love, Gemini, Uranus, the Great Awakener, 0 degrees Gemini, literally conjunct my 0 degrees Chiron in Gemini, in the house of relationships. Boom brought the night, you know what I mean? Literally my soul's purpose calling to be doing this. Who knew the drunken stories I was telling on a night out would become me doing it on here, you know what I'm saying? But Sagittarius is storytelling too, do you know what I mean? And we're in Sagittarius and I'm a Sag moon. Kind of it's all connected. Um, I I surrender all negative beliefs that no longer serve me and replace them with loving thoughts and intentions. From this moment on, I will listen only to the voice of love. Your love is an endless source of inspiration. That is both the feminine. Surrender all the negative beliefs, especially how you saw this person in the past. Keep trying to visualize them in their highest version, their healthiest, their most happiest, whatever that means. You've got to release what that means. You know what I mean? You've got to be very careful with that. It's unconditional love. So if unconditional love means this person doesn't want anything to do with you right now, you've got to set the bird out of the cage. Do you want to be the person keeping them in a cage? Or do you want to be the person setting them free? And the thing is, if you're both manifesting in alignment and balancing, the person wants to fly back anyway because you've kept the door open. And that's, I've always felt that about mine. Keep the cage door open, they'll fly back, they're ready. I'm just, full disclosure, I didn't think it would take this long for them to fly back. That's quite humbling too. I'm like, wow, he really wants to teach me a lesson, doesn't he? But yeah, this is also the masculine. I surrender all negative beliefs that no longer serve me and replace them with loving thoughts and intentions. From this moment on, I will listen only to the voice of love. Your love is an endless source of inspiration. So yeah, that your love heals this person. Positive and loving thoughts are instrumental in creating positive loving relationships. Fear and doubt only serve to create greater uncertainty. Think more about what is right in your relationship and less about what is wrong. Well, that's really powerful. So that is specifically. Don't tell me that's that song that I was singing the other week there. I don't know what that song is. Um, don't home in on. I don't. What is that song? 10,000 hours. I don't know how that goes. Dan and Shay and Justin Bieber. It's just like some new song or something, or might be from 2016. I have no idea what that is. Um, yeah. Don't home in on how different you are. You know what I mean? Think about the good times and the good that you bring out in each other and the way that you challenge each other to grow because twin flame union's coming. There it is again. Twin flame union, heart, body, mind, and soul. Because yeah, we better speed this up. Um. Oh, what would help with inner union right now? You've done the work. It's coming. Or it's talking about inner union, but that one is like twin flame union. Right, what have we got? What would help with inner union right now? God, I've never seen this. Marriage. Well, again, like I explained, that's not always going to be the next jump for people, but the marriage card can also simply mean union. You know what I mean? Marriage. Wedding bells are ringing. But this, oh yeah, I did say that at the start because again, I had to say that for people that freak out, men and women. Um, do you know the creepiest thing is happening right now too? Is this a new song? This is creeping me out. Right now, it's Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber on the telly. And you know what I mean? Like I've used that as an example before of the of the Jezebel spirit. So that's kind of interesting that we've had the bird in the cage and I'm watching like a, a facade because I saw a video the other day of what's happening with them recently and it's because I think there might be some kind of parallel here of something isn't everything that seems. But now there is something interesting going on here. I'm holding the marriage card. This could be karmic marriage breakdowns that would help weirdly because this is what would help inner union. You know, people not being with the people they're not meant to be with. So that could be what that's about too, with that video being there. Um, but yeah, I feel for some it's it could be literal or it could be it's about union. Oh God, this video's making me feel sick. Um, love language affirmations, loving words hold great power. But either way, this person's coming in with a love message. They're coming in to say I'm in love with you. It's all coming through with different cards, and there it is again. Marriage, wedding bells are ringing. But that is Venus conjunct Uranus in Gemini. This is what this astrology would say. Love it. Right. So we're going to speed up this bit because the thingy's going to run out. So what have we got? What's this is a bit where you might need a soul retrieval if you resonate with this. Now, wait a minute. Sorry, I don't think I read this. Also, I've never been as I read that bit. I've never been as attracted to someone as him. Holy, he's not the type I would even expect either. Oh no, that's not the case for me. Mine is my he is my type. And but even though I could meet people that yeah, it's I mean it's like a drug in itself. I'm not gonna lie. It's just annoying because it's like fucking like I remember even when I was in the denial bit, like oh, do you know what I mean? He's not like I'm not like that, and it's like I could never even finish the sentence myself. I was like, no, he is, he fucking is, and there is, do you know what I mean? And it's just it's annoying, really fucking annoying. I gave all my photos and letters of him. My sissy just gave me a Polaroid of him and I together a week before he started acting different. He looked so happy, and I just don't understand it. Oh, good for you. I've got literally one photo, and it was when we were pissed after a house party, and it's like he's even got his fucking eyes open, like he's sticking his tongue out, and I'm like fucking. Oh, it's quite funny actually, and I don't even know what it is, but yeah, it's so crazy. Like yeah, well, it's kind of interesting that there's no photos. Um, the most recent meeting, he ran from me, broke my heart, which is why I've been talking to other people because it feels like this situation is never going to amount to anything. Yeah, again, I'd be like, you should book a personal session at some point because, like I said, you're at a different part of the timeline, but it does seem like like I always say this, it doesn't matter for those of us that have been on this journey a long time, there's no fairness in this, you know what I mean? Like if you're doing the work and you're understanding it, it's all different, you know, all different types of miracles can happen. But what I will say is I like to feel I'm a voice in this twin flame land or community of also being practical and realistic. So again, I'm a mixture of practical magic, and I mentioned that film actually, and was it on this or was at the start of this, wasn't it, when I heard the song or on tomorrow's video? But um yeah, because experience has taught me, like where there are times in my life when I was like, well, he's gonna realize that there's only one me and there's only one him, and it doesn't really matter who's in it, like, you know what I mean? I know how he actually feels about me. But all life can humble you on that one. Because, like I've said, I know how mine feels about me, but well, he was able to not do a whole lot about that, wasn't he? So it's like that's not. I know I'm not wrong, but yeah, it's a whole different type of mixture of things, isn't it? But I accept it. That's the point. I accept it, and I just crack on. But I can't. This is my truth. So, um, like I said, I'm not just doing this for the fucking crack it. Are you fucking kidding me? This is like humiliation every day, but I've just accepted it. I'm used to it now, you know what I mean? The most recent meeting, oh yeah, I read that bit. I put the Polaroid on my bathroom mirror because I just want to remind myself of the good times and the innocence we had and the authenticity. Oh my God, your fucking comments are killing me, man. You're gonna be crying before I get off here. Got to binge your videos. Yes, you do. My worst nightmare is being like her or being seen like her. Who's her? Hailey Bieber. All right, I was gonna say. um, Oh, fuck me. Right, what's coming out here? So this is the soul retrievals. School. What areas do you feel you're inadequate? Are you constantly competing with others? Oh, well, that's interesting what I spoke about in this. Are you in the process of evaluating yourself and your goals? So quite simply, I could help you with a soul retrieval and all the things that came up in that. And love, we already had that one at some point on this, or was that a Mediumship Monday? It was, wasn't it? 33 come to Jesus moment. Somebody needs that's the spell work. Somebody needs deliverance from how their head's been fucked. There's no other way to say that. Your relationship with yourself and others needs reassessing. Open up to love in others by unblocking negativity, the spell work, the manipulation. Embrace love without fear. Make it unconditional. Wow. See, I mean, it's just backing up what I just said. What else? One more came out again. There's a couple of people that needs that. Um, and this, yeah, literally, look, the same two cards. That's nuts. So that's the main themes coming up. Got to rush through the rest of this. 14%. Um, the 14th of July could be significant as well. So that's a few days after the full moon. Right. What do we need to know about the future? What is going to happen then? Because this is okay, and you can see this is actually going to speak. I can see this is going to speak to quite. It's not all twin flames. Going to bits and bobs that are going to speak to quite a few twin flames. Obviously, myself included, with how much I've. Because, like I said, I don't. I do it when they guide me to it, and I definitely do it way more than lots of other people in this journey. There's some people that channel about twin flames, and it's like they make out they're not even not. There's not many people like that now, but back in the day, people used to be like, "Oh, I'm just reading cards on twin flames, but I'm not a twin flame." And there's still some people that do that. And again, I'm not saying that in a bitchy way. It kind of hurts my heart sometimes when people do that, and I do get it, and I don't judge it. I was born to be this brutally honest, so that's my soul. So I wouldn't want somebody to be like how they're not, and but this is the only way I know how to do it. And like I always say, I'm aware of that with myself, that how honest I am in public is very vulnerable. And this is the kind of stuff that most people would only share, in a membership. But I'm an Aries with a Venus in Aries. Reconciliation, wow. Thumbnails are the thumbnail options again. I say that every live stream, but I'm like, someone from your past has returned to your life. And again, in this case, it really is. There does seem like there's a lot of past history with this group of twins. Do we even need another one? I asked what was happening next. Passion and Are you kidding me? Are you actually? You're not even going to believe this. So I just saw passion, but it's shuffled back in somewhere. And wedding again, different deck and past life. So you were married in a past life. This situation involves marriage. Oh, but also this person could have been married in the past to someone else. Some people could still be married to others, and that's what's all breaking down in the Uranus Venus conjunction. You've known each other before. Enlightenment. This person's got enlightenment about that. With enlightenment, there is no separation. We recognise that we're one with the divine. This is them recognising the connection. God, this feels so brutal tonight. Yeah, it does. Kind of magical too, though. Past life relationship came out again. It's just very honest. Challenges. I thought I said obstacles, but same thing. There have been many challenges in this. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. But this is what I always say. I feel the harder a time you've had on this journey, the even more amazing things are just going to work out so miraculously. We both nearly married the wrong people. See, that's the kind of situations I always find really interesting because, yeah, I just do. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's just because it's not the way my mind works. But yeah, you're not alone there. I've helped loads of people where that is the case. Um, Which is why I'm saying you give very strong masculine vibes to that, because that is all the masculine energies, female that I've helped. They all married somebody else. Um, so The cruelest part of all this, whatever this is, to me, is being introduced and thrown into the whirlwind of your twin flame and the force of the rug being pulled out from under you and landing on your head. I hear you. In order to remind us about balance and what our purpose is outside of the twin flame. Couldn't say it better myself. That is, you're obviously somebody that has had a lot of experience on this journey too. Thank you for that input. Um, and right, let's get some more. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe these. So they're not all there because some of them are. Yeah. What else? Pat, have I just. What have I picked up? Daydreaming. I'm always longing for you. Yeah, I think that's both of you about each other, especially with that song. Late night in the middle of June. Sacred sexuality. Well, that will explain why I was talking about that much. Access in the unified field. So the feminine is feeling the heat, and the masculine's feminine side. And the masculine is releasing their lower self. I didn't make up the words. I don't like them either. That's what it says. Masculine twin releasing lower self. So it makes me wonder, it feels like a lot of the masculine releasing lower self. Because remember, this could be some of your past, this can be your present. I hope it's not your future, unless that's the way things are meant to go. The masculine releasing lower self could be some of the masculines releasing the karmic partners, however serious they may be, some as serious as marriage. Especially because I sang that, never mind, I'll find someone like you. And that's, there's a line in that song where it's like, oh friend, why you so shy? Ain't like you. Could you tell I fucking hate that song? Again, long story short, I hate that song because I'll just rip the fucking piss out of myself right now. I've done it before. This is how long ago I confessed my feelings to mine, and I done it in a very confusing way. And then obviously I've done it again lots of times on here. But um it was bang the days of Facebook, and I sent a private message, which was remember it was this long ago. It turned into an email, right? So it means the person could read it over and over again. But anyway, so but then it would have disappeared. It's quite funny. I'm pretty sure when it depends though. If I didn't deactivate it, maybe it wouldn't disappear. I don't know in that one actually, but I think it did. But anyway, I basically sent him a very confusing, drunken email message thing saying, I really liked you, but now I don't because you fucking pied my WhatsApp and I was like all this stuff, right? And it was like, yeah, I really liked you, but now I don't because you ignored me. And it was like all this, like it was quite confusing in a very already confusing situation. And yeah, he never replied. He fucking never replied. Honestly, I was kind of, yeah, I was quite gutted and hurt. And then, obviously because fate God, like to fucking, rub salt in the wound. It was literally right after I sent it, I bumped into him in a club. And he'd moved on by that point too. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was serious, but he'd definitely moved on. And so that was quite fun to bump into that situation. And and yeah, I was with my best pal. And she was just laughing because I predicted it all. I was like, I think we're going to see this person, that person, that person. I think we might even see him. And I was like, holy fuck. It wasn't like right at, it was maybe like, I don't know, a month after, a few weeks or something. But oh my God. And anyway, whatever I wrote in the email was so similar to that song, and the song hadn't come out yet. That's how psychic I am. It was like, it wasn't some, never mind, find someone like you, but it was like I said something so similar. I can't remember what it was. It was like I can't yeah, time up. The alarm's went off, so I'll just need to go. It was something really similar anyway. It was something along the lines of like I'm sure I could find someone else, but they're not going to be you. I don't know, it was something like that, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm sorry that you don't feel I don't know. It was yeah. Anyway, yes, take me home. 11:11, pathway to true love. But enter your vortex, aligning with abundance. This is what's happening. The masculine, again, I'm getting sick of saying this. Your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into an outlet. The timing of that is always hilarious. Anyway, moving on. This person's realizing that the person that they were born to build an abundant life with is you, their divine feminine. Because their inner divine feminine is you if you're the feminine. Pathway to true love. Soul merger. Yeah, that's why there's physical unions coming. Spiritual marriage is taking place. That's what I mean. It's not always literal. Multi-dimensional healing. That's the 7-7 portal right now. I don't think we've had any of the 7-7 cards. Karmic purge, mirror reflections. This person can't deny the fact that you're mirrors. It's like you're my mirror, looking back at me. It couldn't be any clearer. Trust. Strong Saint Germain energy, past life energy that I've been channeling about. A lot of very strong past life energy coming through. Heal. Revitalize your heart. The next part of the healing is together for whoever's resonating. Disagreements. But yeah, there was some, like I said, there was some type of beef, there was some type of disagreement. There's some things you might need to agree to disagree on still. But after honesty, relationships need trust. You'll be able to move through that. Teamwork. Yeah, look, they're backing it up. Be united for a good relationship. Stability. Set a solid foundation. And a solid foundation for any relationship is trust and honesty and being on the same page. So that also involves not assuming that, you know, your person wants to go from like 0 to 100 and fucking all these cards about engagement and marriage and that. It's like, you know, start somewhere, you know, a conversation. And love it. Very practical, wise advice coming through here. Um for some reason I think they want me to use these ones. Why? Why? Is the your reunion is imminent is going to come out. Um I give masculine vibes in general, to be honest, even though I'm a button-nosed petite lady. It's annoying how much he's on my mind. Never known anything like it. Well, you're in good company because, and I'm glad because I know that you said the other night you felt like you were going crazy. You're definitely not alone there. You know what I mean? And also, have you, tell me, you know, if you, for those of you that do resonate with that masculine side, can you resonate with feeling like you're under a spell? Because I've definitely had experiences, like I've had very vivid shamanic journeys. Actually, that's what's going to happen. Oh, well, yeah, that's shit. That's as soon as tomorrow. That's, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's not tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Because, oh my God, that's heaven. Tomorrow I'm having a day off until I've got a lovely Zoom with one of you guys. Um, but yeah, it's like, I was just laughing the last time I was looking after that wee dog last Wednesday. I had hardly had any sleep. So remember, I came back and we both napped for 3 hours. And when I told my dad, because I was doing him a favour, he had, because he looks after dog, he had too many. And he was like, "Oh, she would have loved that. This wee dog." She did. But not only did she have a nap beside me, I said to my mum, I went, she was shamanic journeying with me. And the point is, if you don't get what it means, it's just a nap. It's like, but it's more than a nap. Like when I go to sleep, I do journey really deeply, and it's like the dog is my power animal. So this wee dog lying beside me, because she was going into such a deep sleep, like she was like jumping, and it was kind of weird. But anyway, the point is, I've had experiences where like my twin flame has, you know, his higher self has felt like he's like really under a spell. Like I mean, like an actual spell, like confused and distrusting, and it's so interesting. But he professed a unique feeling or connection to me before we met, as we met online, and that was only a year and a half ago. Lord, what a year and a half! Really? Oh my God, you're see what I mean? This is really interesting. You know what? This is so weird. This is trippy. I've had personal readings years ago now, but I still remember things that I've said. And this is, I'm getting a bit of a weird timeline flash. It's like I remember being told that I was going to start attracting a lot more people at this channel that were newer to the journey. But you two are on a similar, you must be in the same wave because it's like you've not, did you not say, Beck, that you only awakened properly this in October? and you've only been a year and a half, but you both talk like you're quite deep. You know what I mean? You don't talk like it's been. That's what I mean about like, again, it annoys me that I have to talk about how experienced I am and blah blah blah. It really does annoy me, but I have to stress, if you know astrology, I have to share that because how the fuck are people going to know when I'm such a tiny channel? You know what I mean? But it's kind of like, but it's the point is I am quite humble in that way. Like again, I've worked with so many people that yeah, that always fascinates me. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not basically what I'm saying is I'm hope you're taking that as a compliment that you are both talking like you've been on the journey a lot longer. Like you must be quite evolved souls really. That you were I would say there was a timer and you were meant to go off now or when you did. And you quite I have saw it with a lot of people, but it's I can feel it. Quite exciting really. It's just basically it's a different it's kind of I don't know, it's a different vibe. People that are here all the time will know what I mean. Because I would say the majority of the people that follow me are people that have been in like huge separations and you know we're not talking your fucking a year, couple of years. We're talking like 5 years plus, 5, 10 years, 50, like really big. So it's quite nice to have a bit of a variety here. Um, it shows more of my skills too, because that's what I mean. I have to tweak it a little bit, and it's like I always like to say, I like to encourage people to have faith and believe, because you've got this is the point. No matter what bullshit is going on with you and your twin flame, or who they're off with, or how serious, whatever it is, when you understand that you're not separate, and I don't like saying that, like, so it's not, I know that's the most annoying thing here in the world, because you're like, what are you talking about? We are separate. They live in a different country. They live the other side of the city, or, they're fucking married with fucking 3 kids or whatever, I get it, and a dog and blah, blah, blah. How's this ever gonna work? But it's like, it's your inner energy. So whatever energy you are, when you understand that that is your energy, and as the feminine, you just keep doing the work. But even if you're the masculine that's woke up, like whatever one you resonate with more, um, keep working on yourself. And it's and like I said, nobody can take that away. It doesn't matter whether you've been on it a year and a half, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Trust me, it's all hell to all of us. And that's why it's like it's not a competition. But again, I think there should be slightly more empathy to people that have been on it a very, very long time. Especially, I'm just going to give Marcel the boohoo because I think I'm allowed to do that tonight when it's the one and only moment that the exact degree of uh, Uranus is hitting Uranus. I said it like the people, Uranus, because I said that earlier today. My dad was like, he always makes jokes about Uranus. I was like, I don't think I even laughed. He does it that much. I'm like, whatever. But I was trying to explain what the conjunction was. But yeah, I'm allowed to do that when it's hitting my wounded healer. And it's kind of like, because I'm reflecting a lot on the whole journey that I've been on. And it's like, my ride has been rough in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? Because you would think for bearing my soul this much about this and helping as many people as what I have in public and in private, like I said, for the way in which I share and how, because some people have told me that they've actually worked out that they were with a false twin flame or a karmic partner. Like, I've helped people from like escape from really toxic situations when they were falling into the whole false trap of thinking somebody was a twin flame and it wasn't, and they've had the epiphany just from watching this, like without even a session. So that's quite powerful. And I often coach people in the chat. That's not that unusual. I coach people in the chat. And yeah, I'm just, and like I said, it's not as if I'm not fucking booked and busy. I can have very worryingly quiet times, and that's how I know people definitely do fucking they do dodge shit on my, they try to send me a lot of negative energy and stuff. But again, I push through it because I've got a type of astrology. It's like I'm still going to keep going and I keep believing. One of my favorite songs is "Don't Stop Believing." That's for a lot of things. But sorry guys, that was pure cringe, but it's true what I just said. Um, right, we're playing with fire with a "We Can't Be Friends" has just come on the telly. So again, that's really relevant to this to somehow. It feels like it's already been relevant. But again, we can't be friends. You can take that another way. Twin flames can't be friends. I can't be friends with mine. I'll just be straight up. Me and him can't be friends. I mean, the only way we'll be friends is if we're going to be more than friends, like directly after it. We can't be friends. He's my best friend, though. Both those things are simultaneously true. He's my best friend that's never there for me. I'm joking. Sorry, that was a bit harsh. It's not true, isn't it? It's higher self there, but it's like, yeah. Hopefully one day that changes. Um, a ray of hope. Had I paid attention, I would have realised in 2016. Yeah, he's on the other side of the world, sadly. Oh, wow. What, like literally? Is he in Australia or something? I lean masculine energy, but throughout my lifetime, I've recognised that it's important to pass the pants to a partner with being as appropriate. So I put a skirt on and play the part. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's what I mean about it. This is so interesting because you really are describing most of what my, again, I don't like saying those terms, but like ideal client, like, like most of the women that I've worked with that are the masculine are exactly how you just described it, loyal mom. Loyal mom. Um, what did you tell me your name? You don't need to if you didn't, but I'm just wondering. I think you maybe did, and I just need reminded. Um, yeah, you know what I mean? I've attracted a lot of high-flying businesswomen that were very in their masculine, and therefore they have attracted quite feminine men, but I mean like distorted feminine men that have like kind of leached off them. That's not everyone's story, but it's quite a lot of people's. Um, yeah, I was too busy thinking my twin was a different person from 2016 to 2000. Yeah, Beck, that happens a lot to yeah, you're ticking out all the boxes for the masculine twin. That happens. Um, then I met the real one. Holy feck. Okay, not quite otherwise. He's in the US. All right. He feels like I was brought into life early because he was at a point where he was done and needed saving. I've come to realise this was my last lifetime. He's got many to go. Oh, very interesting. Right, okay. What else have we got from this deck? Wow. Oh my God. Wow. This has felt way more like a Scorpio reading. Wait a minute, actually. I just want to check. Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio. I wonder what degree it's at. I wonder if that's directly hitting some of my. Felt very Scorpio. Hmm. Black Moon Lilith is 11 degrees Scorpio. Not exactly conjunct my Saturn, but it's not far off it. I think that might be where the Scorpio vibe, like, because I'm channeling it. No, Juno and Scorpio, that's what it is. That's what it is. Juno and Scorpio is 16 degrees. And that is quite close to. So, I mean, Juno, remember, is to do with marriage. Look how much stuff is there about marriage. So, if anyone has got strong Scorpio at these degrees, like, that's that intensity, that's that kind of deep love that I was describing, and that what some of yous are. Like, I've said this the whole time, but if it's not mad, passionate, extraordinary love, I don't want it. That is not like, that's not uh something that's unattainable. You know what I mean? It's when you've experienced that, you don't want anything else. And like I said, it's difficult. Like I said, it's difficult with me because it's not like in my opinion, that is what it was for me and him. But we just weren't. We didn't. We were. You know what I mean? We were just fucking about. We didn't. It wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't in the stars for it to be anything official at that point. But it's hard to explain. People know. He knows. I know. People around us know. There was feelings there. Um, wasn't time. It wasn't time yet. Um, but yeah. Oh, I can relate. When I properly met mine, he looked like he was done. I looked like I brought back sunshine for him. Yeah, you see these bits, it's like it's interesting. Like, yeah, that's the bits I can't comment because me and my twin flame met when we were young and we are both having fun. If anything, actually, I would say it was like yeah. If anything, I don't know if I was that for it. He was that for me. You know what I mean? That was I was the one. That's what's weird about it. I'm the divine feminine, but I definitely experienced because you're both. This is the thing. This is when I'm talking this late at night, I get kind of confused myself. But most people can keep up with the way it comes through. I am the divine feminine, but I definitely experienced that masculine part of it early on because I was the one that was heartbroken and head fucked and that over the person I had been with before. So, but like I said, it's not a scenario where it's like, oh, you meet him and now I'm going out with him or that. It was just, when I was that kind of age, quite a lot of people were single and just going out and having fun, and that's just where a lot of people were at. Um, and it's just we were, very well, very drawn to each other to the point where just very drawn to each other whenever we saw each other, and we would bump into each other a lot without planning to serendipitously. So for many years on end. But yeah, he definitely, like I said, it was addictive, you know. I keep typing, but that's why, and this is what I mean. That's why it's hard to define who. There, I wouldn't say there was anyone that put a stop to anything really. I mean, him. It's quite vague. I mean, that's when it'd be quite interesting how you would describe that. But like, I'm even trying to remember what done it really. It's so weird that I can't even pinpoint. I honestly can't even really pinpoint it. I think what really done it, it was like a weird combination because it was like after that time where I was like, oh my God, and I saw who he was, and I like basically saw who he was. It's actually that's what I mean. It's scarily similar to what you described. A flashy light came out of his eyes, and I'm sure it was actually right after he just said that about having a weird connection. And I was like, oh my God. And I saw who he was to him. I felt all the past lives and everything. It was, I was like, fucking. And there was more things that I thought, and I'm not saying all the things but I know what I felt. And I've never changed my mind from what I felt. And it was an activation basically. And then I'm just trying to think. But it was because I knew how I felt. I saw him a couple of times after that, and I was so awkward and weird that it would have seemed like I didn't like him. You know what I mean? And so I think that was where all the miscommunication came in. So it was like, what I mean, we were just having fun, and then it became not even fun, and then there was distance, and then not communicating, and then I'd say he was trying to get my attention in some other ways, but anyway, he was just having fun and looking because he was not my boyfriend. And yeah, just then it got a little bit weird. We just acted like, now you're just somebody that I used to know. We just acted like strangers. We'd see each other out and we would just sometimes you'd say hi, but a lot of the time we wouldn't. It was really weird. But I couldn't talk. Like it was like I literally couldn't talk. I was like the Little Mermaid. But it was quite a lot of miscommunication. But I did, what I will say is like I did, after then there was a bit of awkwardness. He did try to reach out to me a few times and it would have come across to him like I was shutting him down, but I actually wasn't. It was because I was living with my sister at the time and I didn't really want him coming in and us getting down and dirty when my sister's in the next room. Like that is the God's honest truth. And but also my feelings were too deep by then. This is quite funny because it's 3%. It'll cut off when it's meant to. Um, yeah, yeah. And then, like I said, it was just weird. There was lots of like it's a weird one, isn't it? Because when you've never actually been official, it was just lots of weird. It wasn't time. That's the thing. That's how I can't say well, it wasn't. It wasn't the right time. If we're meant to be together, it's always meant to be when we're older. Let's hope it's no fucking older like when I've actually surrendered to my hair being grey, because it's already grey as fuck. But this is an illusion. It's like Sarah in the craft of like, it's like my hair is now black. Anyway, this is going to die soon. So, unlike the twin flame connection that will never die, even when you're with other people, unfortunately for karmic energies, and I'm not saying that be horrible, it's just true. Sorry, karmic energies, it is true. I wouldn't like to be a karmic energy, someone with a twin flame. I really wouldn't. Um, right, sorry, I need to read these before it finishes. I keep typing hard to type on the iPad and I game on Switch at the same time. Sorry if things don't make sense. No, you're making sense. Friends, yeah, can't be friends. Gretchen. What's Gretchen? I remember that. I initially thought soulmate, and then one day I said twin flame out of nowhere, and I just knew took me months to use twin flame. Yeah, this is so interesting because that is very much like see what I mean about the coming out of denial. Can you resonate with that being yourself? Because that could be the energy of you coming out of denial and admitting you're in love. Oh God, the not being able to talk thing. That kind of love is undescribable though if you've never known it. Yeah, if I end up moving on, he will always dominate my heart. Exactly. And I can tell you from this long in the journey, it is the truth. Nobody will literally ever have my heart in that way. I've just accepted it. Yes, message of love, and that's already come out the cards. I'm thinking about you, my love, even though you think I'm not. I miss you every day and night. I'm curious to know what you've been doing, how your day go by without me. Sometimes I wonder, do you even think about me? I'm feeling urged to reach out to you, my love. I will. I promise. Oh, that's quite juicy with everything that's come through. I'm on my way. I'm feeling urge. We've brought that card in a long time. That's one of the funny ones. I'm feeling so urged right now. Now, there's one that's like, I'm feeling so urged right now. Eh, let's shuffle these, and then if it cuts off, it cuts off. So thank you. That was lovely having a deep and meaningful. Lovely, and let's hope Twin Flamey Land people don't, people that we don't want to watch this don't watch this deep. But if they do, it's all right. It is what it is. It's all the truth and shit like that. And like I said, karmic energies that lurk this deep in, when we're hours deep into it, you're the one that done that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Um, I don't really want anyone else, but I'm pushing myself because I want a family and a life friend more. Yeah, I know, and that's challenging. I hear you. So nobody can tell you what to do on that one because when it is things like that you want, although can I just say the song that's on right now is Stay. You're still young. What? You're only 30. Again, you're in the right place. I will pray for your unions. I've prayed at Roslyn Chapel. Oh my God, I just saw I love you. I'm not even shitting you. I love you. I will always come back. That doesn't come out a lot. That came out twice on the shorts for yesterday or the other day. So I love you. I will always come back. That's quite powerful with the last card. You know what it reminds you? It reminds you of that with what I was saying and with what you're saying. It always reminds you of that song, Lady Gaga one, the don't wanna, na, 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 don't wanna start another fire. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Give my heart away to another stranger. Again, quickly, I've said this before, but when I heard that song, obviously, if you've seen that film, don't spoil it for others, but it's fucking heartbreaking. I can't watch it. I was fucking howling, very upsetting. But that song, when I heard that, I said to my best friend at the time, I was like, oh my God, what the hell is that song? Like, that is exactly how I feel about him. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's because it's saying, like, if this is over, like, I don't want to kiss another stranger. I don't want someone's name rolling off my lip. It's 1%, it's going to cut me off. So, yeah. Fuck, this was deep. If you think astrology is fake, go and fucking look at that shit. Fucking, that energy hitting my Chiron. Wow. Your energy is intoxicating and it's pulling me in. We're meant to be together, and I will wait as long as it takes for a shot with you. And in truth, this person might have taken their time in this life, but maybe they've been battling for you for lifetimes. The warrior. Think about that. The warrior energy. They could have been battling for this to happen for lifetimes. Happy birthday. Someone's birthday might be soon. I feel you. My spider sense is tingling. Are you thinking of me? Because I'm definitely thinking of you. Right. Okay, it's going to cut me off. So sleep well, everyone. I will see you on Thursday for the full moon in Capricorn. Some of you that have booked a personal session, well, that person, I will see you tomorrow night. Everyone else, sleep well. I'm going to watch Love Island. Peace out, kind of thing. Thank you for sharing, ladies.